Here are 10 tips on how to think in another language using Asian study methods. Tip 1. Shadowing technique. Repeat sentences immediately after hearing them, mimicking native intonation and rhythm. This helps your brain process language naturally without translating. Tip 2. Inner monologue practice. Narrate your daily activities or thoughts in the target language. Start with simple sentences and gradually increase complexity. This forces your brain to think directly in the language. Tip 3. Kanji. Radical association. If learning an Asian language like Japanese or Chinese, break down characters into meaningful radicals. This makes memorization easier and helps develop a thinking pattern native to the language. Tip 4. Mental picture training. Associate words with images instead of translations. For example, think of a picture of an apple when you hear the word, rather than translating it into your native language. Tip 5. Sentence mining. Collect natural sentences from books, shows, or conversations. Instead of memorizing single words, focus on full sentences to internalize grammar and expression patterns. Tip 6. SRS, spaced repetition system with context. Use flashcards, like Anki, with context-based sentences, not just individual words. Asian students often use this method to solidify language patterns in long-term memory. Tip 7. Input overload. Consume massive amounts of native content, books, dramas, YouTube, podcasts, without subtitles to develop instinctive comprehension. The brain gradually adapts and starts processing in the new language. Tip 8. No translation rule. Try to explain new words in the target language instead of translating. Example, instead of saying, apple equals manzana, say, apple equals a round fruit that is red or green and sweet to eat. Tip 9. Mimic native sentence structures. Instead of translating your native grammar, copy native sentence structures directly. Pay attention to word order, connectors, and expressions to develop a more natural thought process. Tip 10. Immersion through small details. Change your phone, apps, and daily labels, calendar, to-do lists, notes into the target language. Even small exposure helps train your brain to recognize and process the language automatically. By applying these techniques, you can train your brain to think naturally in a new language, just like Asian students do.